listener production.
Welcome to Take a Hike Podcast, a podcast that's going to be taking you through North Queensland's best parks and trails. Guiding us through the podcast today from the Townsville Bushwalking Club is Cherry Judge, Lewin Warnicky, and I'm Blair Woodcock. April is definitely one of the best months of the year. It's like full of public holidays, another long weekend on the way, and coming up really soon we're going to be talking about what has been nearly become an annual adventure for the Townsville Bushwalking Club over Easter, out to Porcupine Gorge. Just past the White Mountains National Park. We'll get to Porcupine Gorge real soon because just looking at the Google photos of it via satellite, it looks stunning.
It's a beautiful place.
Like so many...
It's gorgeous.
Anyway, we're getting sidetracked because you want to bring up a potential unpopular opinion.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about geotagging for a minute. Geotagging is where you have Latin long coordinates of a location where you share a photo online on social media, namely.
So you have a photo like you see on Instagram and people geotag it, which means they actually give you the exact location of that place on the map.
Exactly.
This could be done through Instagram. It could be done through All Trails or any one of those map sharing pages too, right? That's what we're talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it's coined its term through Instagram and originally years ago. But my take on it is I don't geotag or say the location of any place that I post on Instagram if it doesn't have the infrastructure to support the traffic. Alligator Creek Falls, yeah, sure, definitely tag that. It's got a footpath all the way out there. It can handle hundreds, thousands of people.
It's a dedicated
Hundreds,
thousands.
There's a hyphen there. But other places I might not geotag.
That's the debate. Do we or do we not geotag remote?
So I'm asking you guys, what do you think about this?
I'll share photos, but I'm not going to say exactly where they are. Like I'll name the falls or the location that I'm in, but I'm not going to say how I got there or anything. But I only don't do that because I don't think anyone cares either. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? No one has any issue. But I do have an issue where you see amazing photos, and I'm following quite a few people who either, locally or internationally who are doing some pretty epic shit. I'm very conscious that these guys are professionals as well, or who have had more training than your average Joe, who could potentially be walking themselves into death if they decide to do that. So I understand there's always a risk of sharing it, but I say be cautious. But I don't know, unless it's going through private property, I don't probably have too much of an issue.
There's also the issue with sharing places that do have the foot traffic. If they explode, like is it the Big Bend in the United States, where it used to be a small dirt road, and then over the years, and they're just redoing it now, demolishing more land of the national park, and then building bigger and bigger car parks to house all these people. Is
it inevitable anyway, given the population increases and changes, especially since, hiking has blown up since COVID, right?
Yeah,
so
totally.
Pre-2019, no one had done it. Now, for some strange reason, everyone wants to get out there and cut down trees and walk around.
Yeah, I think it'll always be an issue for locations that are accessible, like Raspberry Falls, for example, is one of them here in our North Queensland. I'm a little against geotagging remote locations, so that's my take on it. But at the same time, what you're saying, Blair, is that it is inevitable for accessible locations. But I don't think, even if we did geotag really remote ones, there's only going to be a very small population of people who like those kind of adventures, the bush bashing, the hard yakka climbing and stuff. So you're not going to get that many people going there. But what creators could do is open with the bushwalking or the hiking community and say, hey, if you're really keen to go and you're competent, DM me.
You're right. That's a good solution.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the remote ones. Raspberry Falls, that was completely all natural, no tracks, nothing. And the only reason that became so popular is because it's really high reward for very low effort. It's only a short walk through rainforest, truck got put in.
Yeah, effort versus reward, right? It's a tough one to draw the line on. Because you want to raise awareness of what we need to do or what needs to happen out there. But at the same stage, you just don't want it to become overrun.
Take that Mount Halifax track, Gorge, Loop, Rope Falls, especially Rope Falls.
It's insane out there.
In the just 5 years ago, even on a Sunday, you'd be the only one there.
Yep.
And now
it's a car park.
It is.
Good thing about it, though, is the more people that get outdoors and they fall in love with nature and people protect what they love.
Exactly. And see, that is, again, where that's a great conversation. The more people that go there, the more people want to save it, want to fight for it.
Yep. And dare I say, here we go. And the more dickheads go out there too, which means the more rubbish you have to pick up. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Rubbish, graffiti, fecal matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Big time. Yeah, look, and I think the more that technology picks up as well, I wonder if it's ever going to get resolved. So,
Moral of the story is geotag with care.
Yeah.
with a level of responsibility.
Yes.
Cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Now that the serious stuff's out of the way, thanks for bringing it down a few notches there, Lou. No, I'm kidding. Now, Porcupine Gorge, that's where we're heading today. The Bushwalking Club seems to be heading out there annually. I don't know if you guys are doing it or have done it this year. But
We haven't yet, but definitely as winter comes in, it's a perfect little hike to do.
So generally over Easter long weekend, we go out west, and Porcupine Gorge is one of those places.
yeah, it is stunning. It's probably, a couple of hours out of Hewenden, right?
Yeah.
It is. All up, it's about a 6-hour drive from Townsville.
Right. Cool.
Yeah, to get to the car park before
It's-
you start the walk.
It's stunning. If you ever see photos of the classic, don't get me wrong, it's no Grand Canyon by any means, but it's much smaller scale. Like we're talking about how deep is this gorge?
Yeah, it
Detail.
varies. So I would
Yeah.
say anywhere between 60 to 100 meters, or maybe less than 100, 60 to 80 meters. Let's go with that.
And how long is it? It's 3 or 4 days?
Think of it the Thorsbourne Trail. It's a great walk like that, not official one,
Yep.
but it's 32 kilometers, just like the Thorsbourne from start to end. Generally, you would take 4 days to do it, including the driving.
Yeah, so what we do is pretty
yeah.
much follow the gorge down, so back towards Hewenden.
Right. So drive up the very north of it to walk down
Exactly.
Yes.
So there's a camping area up the north side. You park your car there, notify police or national parks that you're doing this.
And then essentially
Walk
it's
down the
remote
track.
bushwalking. So
Wow.
it's off
Easy.
track.
It's off track, need navigational skills just because, but you're following the creek, so nav's easy.
Yeah, very easy.
Fresh water? Has to be.
Yes. Yes.
Sweet. So you don't need to carry much.
No.
If it's in flow.
You definitely don't need to carry water. You can fill
sweet.
up. That's what we did. We filled up at the creeks.
Just don't poop in the creek, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Yeah, so check the water levels before you go out there. It's the Emu Plains bomb levels.
Right.
And I think if it's over 2 meters, that is too high.
It was over 2 meters when we were there. This is 2018.
Gee.
And
How
so
was it?
It was a very hard walk because what happened then is you had 4 days worth of stuff to carry, and our initial plan of walking in the creek was dashed. But we were all there. We had driven 6 hours.
So you're walking 4 days on sand.
No, we had to climb over. We had to go. There was a lot of climbing that track. But it was not all climbing. There was some easy, like any water course.
Yep.
It was up and down. But we had to actually get out, like up and walk along the sides quite a bit. It just made for a very, very fun adventure.
I'm looking at the photos
Yeah.
and then hearing that. It sounds like it would be an amazing weekend, long weekend.
It was just one of the best things. Every year it'll be a different walk because it's just so much fun.
So campsites north and south, and then you can just, stop anywhere throughout the days, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Some ideal locations. I can't remember the names. The Bushwalking Club have them in the logbooks and passed down through generations. Just beautiful locations where to camp. Nice sandy, open areas with beautiful views of the gorge.
Yes.
Stunning.
There's one campsite which was kind of on this little beach, but there's these massive gorge faces just come straight out of the river, and it was stunning. And there's family of wedge-tailed eagles right at the top circling us. It was just the most beautiful way to end a walk. Yeah.
Yeah, the nature is beautiful.
Stupid question. 4-wheel drive access only? Or can you just take it?
No.
No.
Two-wheel drive.
Great. Just asking from an I-30 owner, that's all.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. And that's just booked through the National Parks website.
Yes, you book National Park campsite, but essentially the walk itself is along the line of the creek. So
Yeah. How hard's the walk out of the gorge at the end?
So obviously it's off track, right? So it depends on how you go about it, where you exit. Black Hawk Gorge is generally where you leave your car, and we stashed our bikes when we did it and did a bike ride back to the start.
Makes sense.
Did that for the car
Whereas
shuttle.
we didn't do that. So we did it from the proper camping ground. We walked down. So there's a proper walk that goes from the Porcupine Gorge campsite. It kind of is a nice little, when I say steep, it's a proper track that goes down to the gorge. It's about 40 meters. I was just Googling it. 40 meters down to the gorge, and then you can play around the waterways. But there's another little hill called the Pyramid there as well. So you can actually go up and check the pyramid. So that's a walk in itself. But
That's an official national park walk.
yeah, that is. So, but we actually parked our cars at the campground and followed the creek from there. So where did you stash your bike?
So you got Black Hawk Gorge at the south side, and then you drove up to the camping area and then walked down, got out on your bikes and drove
back.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's what you did.
Yeah.
Okay, oh, that's a different
Because if it's a one-way walk, then you got to
Yeah,
get
so
back.
you still need to
So
get
we
back.
pretty much backtracked.
Oh, you walked
yeah.
down and
Yeah,
walked
back.
all the way
Yes,
back. Oh,
yes.
nice. Still a circuit, mate.
Yeah.
No, we didn't do that. So, okay, that's a new walk then.
Yeah,
As
and
in
then it
that-
allows you to go further down the gorge. So I can't remember the exact water levels we had, but towards the end it flattens out and you got just sand, and you have to be careful because you don't want to run out of water, right? So there's hours between finding water to drink.
Well, check it out online if Porcupine Gorge is of interest. It does sound amazing. I'll try and find some time in the next couple of months to get out there because it sounds epic. I do get jealous every time the invite comes out and I was like, no, I can't do it. Anyway, long weekend. You guys got any plans?
I'm on
Stumped
the
you both,
same
I'm
mission of finding accessible walks for my old father-in-law.
Yep.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just do short walks.
There's the Outback Hewiton Festival Expo going on that weekend. So I'll go out for a little bit of that. But there's also the Grand Fondo for Ravenswood to Burdekin. So Jody and I will be doing the 180 kilometre bike ride.
Good luck.
Nice.
And out towards Hewington, you're heading for the event too.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh,
So we'll ride first on Saturday and then drive out and get the last parts of the Hewiton Festival.
So is
Wonderful.
that ride on road or is it through bush track?
It's bitumen.
Good luck with that one.
Good
Have fun.
luck. 180 kilometers. That's crazy.
And whatever you're doing on the long weekend, stay safe out there and we'll talk next time, guys.
Happy hiking.
Happy hiking.